So this first step is optional. You can obviously eat these burgers without this, but I am going to make some pickled Vietnamese carrots and daikon radish. If you don't know what a daikon radish is, it is a long radish like this. It is kind of sweet, but it's also spicy. So in this bowl I have I think it's a medium carrot and a piece of that daikon radish. I'm trying to have the same amount of each one, and as you can see I chopped them into little matchsticks. They're not all the same, doesn't matter. So for the liquid I have half a cup of warm water in this measuring cup. That's 125 milliliters, by the way. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of rice vinegar. You can use distilled white vinegar, that's fine. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. I tasted this and I actually want it to be a little sweeter, so I'm gonna put about half a teaspoon more of sugar. Now I'm just gonna pour this over the veggies. So let's coat everything and let's press those vegetables into the liquid. We're gonna just let this marinate for about 2 hours. You know, if you wanted to make this in advance, you could keep this in a closed jar in the refrigerator for up to 3 weeks. So I have roughly 2 cups of black beans in this bowl. I soaked them overnight, boiled them in some water with salt, and then I did drain them as well as I could. I want this to be, you know, on the dry side so that our burgers aren't too soft. I'm gonna probably get about 6 patties out of this, and you know, it doesn't have to be an exact amount. If you're using canned, make sure you drain the beans and you soak them, okay? Wash them off. You don't want to have the residue of whatever liquid they're soaking in the can. I'm going to mash some of this with a fork. Let's say half of it mashed. I'm going to add a cup of cooked quinoa. You can use white, red, black. I'm using red. This is a 1/4 cup of uncooked, by the way. If you don't know how to cook quinoa, at the bottom here in the description box, I'll put the link on how I do that, okay? I'm going to add a large garlic clove, which I minced, and 2 scallions, which I chopped the whole thing, white, light green, dark green. I'm going to add half a cup of breadcrumbs, and if I need a little more, you know, to bind it, I'll add a little more. Let's put half a teaspoon of cumin in here. Next thing, optional as always, I'm going to put about, a 1/4 teaspoon of chili, of crushed chili peppers into this. These are really strong, so that's why I'm not putting more. We're going to put salt and pepper in here. And let's mix. We don't want these to be too sticky. We want to be able to flip them in the pan and cook them without them getting destroyed. I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup more of breadcrumbs. Okay, and that has a consistency which I'm happy with. Alright, now we're going to make some patties out of this. This has chili peppers in it, so if you're sensitive to that, wear some gloves. Okay, and if you're not wearing gloves, make sure you wash your hands very well after you're done. So we're going to make them as big as you like. Check this out. They're not super sticky. They're great. And it's a protein bomb. I'm going to let these chill in the fridge until I'm ready to cook them, but I would suggest you have them in there for, I don't know, 20 minutes, okay? So we're gonna cook our black bean patty now. I'm just gonna brush a little oil into this hot skillet. You know, everything in here is cooked, so what we really want to do is just brown it on both sides and heat it through, and it's ready to serve. Oh, look at that, nice and brown. I have 2 slices of cucumber on top of this bun. I did not peel them because they are organic. If you don't have organic, peel them, okay? We're gonna add some of those pickled veggies and a little bit of cilantro. Hey, if you hate cilantro, don't put it on. Man, that looks good. I am not gonna put any sauce in this. I think this is perfect with the veggies as it is. But if you want, of course you can put anything you want in there. This is really nice. Those beans are super flavorful with, you know, all the stuff we put in them. The veggies are nice and crisp. The pickled ones are excellent. Really, really good. You obviously don't need to make a sandwich out of this. You can eat these with a salad if you'd like. They'd be perfect. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you liked it and you give me a like, that'd be awesome. If you share it with your friends, that'd be super awesome. If you haven't subbed, don't forget to sub, okay, so you don't miss out on anything. This recipe will be on the website, waiting for you to come and print it, as always. Eat well without going broke. I'm gonna see you guys soon.